What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Bud Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, MATCHROOM CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn has some interesting things to say regarding Anthony Joshua, his preparation, and his sparring sessions ahead of his highly anticipated unification rematch with current unified Mexican heavyweight superstar boxer Andrew Ruiz Jr., right? Eddie Hearn did an interview in which Eddie Hearn, in the mix of this interview, had a few interesting things to say regarding Anthony Joshua and his preparation. Eddie Hearn had one thing to say that immediately jumped out at me, and I want to talk about this because we've heard Anthony Joshua himself reference what I'm getting ready to talk about. Eddie Hearn stated that he watched Anthony Joshua in sparring. And while watching Anthony Joshua in sparring, one of the sparring sessions he watched with one of the sparring partners, particularly, was Andrew Tabiti, cruiserweight. Andrew Tabiti recently lost in the World Boxing Super Series tournament. And Eddie Hearn had this to say. Eddie Hearn said, I witnessed him sparring because Marco referenced that Anthony Joshua was knocked out in this sparring camp as well. He said he heard it from two sources. Eddie Hearn laughed. He said, that's news to me. He says, listen, Anthony Joshua has been sparring a few guys in preparation for Andrew Ruiz. He said, yes, he saw him, witness him. He's having trouble with Andrew Tabiti. He said, look, Andrew Tabiti is a cruiserweight who's very, very fast. He's faster than Andrew Ruiz. He says, and that's a very, very difficult style for Anthony Joshua to deal with, being a 6'6", 250-pound heavyweight. He says that's always going to be a difficult style. That's always going to be a difficult matchup for Anthony Joshua. He says that's why we bringing in these guys, because Andrew Ruiz possesses some of the similar traits that Andrew Tabiti have, but Andrew Tabiti is much faster than Andrew Ruiz Jr. So he says that Anthony Joshua is struggling with Andrew Tabiti. He says, and he's always going to struggle with these styles. Now, that leaves me in concern with Anthony Joshua preparing for Andrew Ruiz, because when it comes to Andrew Ruiz, I don't know what Eddie Hearn is talking about, but Andrew Tabiti is not much faster than Andrew Ruiz Jr. He's just not. He may be slightly faster on his feet. Hand speed? No. Andrew Tabiti hand speed is not much faster than Andrew Ruiz Jr. Now, he may be more of an athlete. He may be lighter on his feet. But overall, no. So if he's struggling with Andrew Tabiti and Andrew Tabiti's hand speed, he said, look, the difference is Andrew Tabiti can't hurt him. So he said, especially with headgear on, being a cruiserweight. So this waves a flag of concern. If Anthony Joshua is struggling with Andrew Tabiti, he's going to struggle with Andrew Ruiz Jr. This just goes to prove that styles make fights. Just like Anthony Joshua referenced, Anthony Joshua himself said, I don't like to fight guys that's shorter and with this stature with quickness, because I have to bend down and I pretty much have to fight their fight. So Anthony Joshua doesn't know how to make adjustments to fight his fight and use his advantages to his advantage, right? He has a longer reach. He has power with that reach. So he's not just a guy with a longer reach. Anthony Joshua has power with that reach. And Anthony Joshua has boxing skills. Now, he could be robotic at times. He could be stiff. He has stamina issues, and he's chinny. But Anthony Joshua could box. He has a good jab. He has a good jab to the solar plex. So Eddie Hearn stated that he believes that in the third round, he should have not pushed the issue. He should have jabbed Andrew Ruiz to the solar plex, backed off. This is what I've been saying. The problem with that is when you try to jab a guy like Andrew Ruiz to the body, Andrew Ruiz is going to react to whatever Anthony Joshua does. So when you try to jab a guy like Andy Ruiz to the body, he's quicker than Anthony Joshua. So he's going to counter Anthony Joshua's jab over the top. He's going to be active. And Anthony Joshua doesn't like that. Because it's like a mouse to an elephant. You understand? It's a mongoose to a snake. It's just some matchups you just are not comfortable with. And this is a matchup Anthony Joshua is just not comfortable with. He's not comfortable in the ring with guys that are shorter, smaller, and quicker than he is. Because they could get inside and do damage. He allows them to come in his house. He cannot protect his house. So he allows them to get in his house. And once they get in his house, they wreak havoc. They do damage. Because he's not confident in himself fighting tall. So Eddie Hearn says that Anthony Joshua is going to have to get Andy Ruiz's attention early and often in order to win this fight. No. Eddie Hearn, that's all wrong. Eddie Hearn, that's a bad game plan. That's a bad decision. That's bad advice. No. You don't press the issue against Anthony Joshua, against Andy Ruiz if you're Anthony Joshua. You sit back. You sit back. You use your jab. You use your straight right. And when it gets close, you tie him up. You do not press the issue. Pressing the issue, he's not quick enough to press the issue. He doesn't react quick enough. He doesn't have quick twitch muscles like Andy Ruiz. So therefore, Andy Ruiz is always going to react and beat him to the punch. So no, you have to fight a big man's game. You have to fight him from a distance. Make him work to get on the inside. And once he gets there, use your strength. Anthony Joshua is a big, strong guy. Tie him up. Make it a boring fight. Jab, jab, straight right, hold. Jab, jab, hold. Jab, jab, straight right, hold. Jab, jab, hold. Jab, jab. If you get close enough, you throw the uppercut. If the uppercut don't land, you immediately tie him up. Vladimir Klitschko style. Lennox Lewis style. Vitaly Klitschko style. This is what Anthony Joshua must do to be victorious against Andy Ruiz. It's a very, very bland and plain game plan. It's not rocket science. It's just not. If you try to press the issue and try to get his attention early, by pressing the issue, you are going to come up short, Anthony Joshua. That is bad advice. That's bad advice. You have to fight a big man's fight. Jab, jab, from a distance. Once he gets close, you tie him up, you hold him. You throw the straight right when it presents itself. When it presents itself. Do you understand? You don't throw the straight right for the sake of throwing it from a distance. No. Jab, jab, jab. Once he gets close, if he gets too close, he gets inside you, he gets underneath you, you tie him up. You grab him, you make the referee break you, and then before you exchange again or do anything boxing related, you create distance once the referee breaks you up, because on the break, Andrew Ruiz is going to let his hands go. That means he's close enough to hit you. He's close enough to be and step into your house, into your space. Guys that defeated Mike Tyson. No. Lennox Lewis. Watch Lennox Lewis fight Mike Tyson. You fight him from a distance, and when he gets close, you tie him up. You don't try to exchange with him on the inside. You can't win that battle. No. That's bad advice. Yes, I agree that you need to get his attention early and often, but getting his attention in the first fight just upset him. It motivated him even more. So who cares about getting his attention? Here's what we need to do. You jab, you hold. Because he's going to counter your jab. Meaning that he's going to come in, he's going to get in the inside, and you go forward and grab him and tie him up. Make the referee break you. When he breaks you, you take a step back. That way he's not in your space. Make him work to get on the inside. Get him in the later rounds, and then you use your size even more. When you tie him up, you lean on him. You lay on him. Because you laying down on him. That's heavy. You understand? You're a big guy. Your weight is coming down on him. So then you get him to the later rounds, he won't have such explosion. He won't have such quickness. You'll be able to see his punches better. You understand? They won't be coming with the same speed, same velocity. Then you'll be able to, at times, be able to trade with him. But you must use your size to an advantage. And if you are struggling with Andrew Tabiti has power. He has power. But Eddie Hearn stated that he's not hurting him because they have on headgear and he's a cruiserweight. I understand that. But Andrew Tabiti has power. He has power. So, Anthony Joshua, don't listen to that advice. You make this a very, very boring fight, and then you'll be victorious. If you try to make this an action-packed fight, you will lose. Point blank and period. And it's very, very alarming that Anthony Joshua is struggling with Andrew Tabiti in sparring. That's alarming. I can't wait. We just got a few short weeks. We got a few short weeks until we get to action. And I cannot wait to see how this fight plays out. I can't wait to see the game plan Anthony Joshua has. I can't wait to see the game plan he set forth. Because if this is the game plan, is to come forward and hurt Andy Ruiz, because Eddie Hearn once again said, hey, listen, Anthony Joshua should beat Andy Ruiz 8 out of 10 times. Now, he already lost one of those times, but he should beat him 8 out of 10 times. Why? If he doesn't understand what it takes to beat a guy like Andy Ruiz, then no, he shouldn't beat him 8 out of 10 times. Because it's about knowledge. It's about know-how. It's about IQ. It's about knowing your opponent. It's about knowing how to defeat certain styles, certain opponents. So if you don't know how to do that, I don't care what you look at from the outside, what you think and what he's done in the past. That has nothing to do with him doing it to Andy Ruiz. And this is where Anthony Joshua is going to come up short, because I'm starting to believe that that's the mindset of his team. They're all believing that, in belief that he should have beat Andy Ruiz 9 times out of 10. And that's not the case, because styles make fights. And Andy Ruiz has a very, very high ring IQ. This is alarming. And I can't wait to see how this plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Hey, this is alarming. I can't wait. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think that Andy Ruiz will defeat Anthony Joshua because of a lack of game plan and lack of preparation, lack of identifying the issue? Or do you think that this is a good game plan for Anthony Joshua to set forth to pressure Andy Ruiz and try to get his attention and get him out of there early? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. I'm gone. Peace.